Alright. Welcome back, my beautiful friends. You glorious bastards, magnificent bitches.
It has begun!
Whatever you may be, because this is Star Trek, you might be aliens if you're doing your own Star Trek, we don't know. Welcome back. It is I, Doc Camo, and we're just gaming back for more Captain's Log. And we're just going to get right into it. We got some dice, we got some things. I'm not sure what's going to go on, how we're going to move forward, but we're going to do what we always do. And we got the write-up here. So let's read this. Naomi walked into sickbay to find her remaining present bridge crew also in sickbay, apparently having the same idea she had, getting our new ship medical intake exam taken care of so we can settle into life on the ship, a dedicated crew for a dedicated captain. She had been hoping to meet the doc immediately so she could make a few more rounds before the ceremony, but it looks like she would have to end it here. At least she could meet all the senior staff currently on board. Phlox, a Denoblian woman related to the famous doctor on humanity's first deep space mission, was busy examining of chief of science, a Cation/Kazenti woman that had a reputation. I was going to say was eccentric, but that had a reputation for eccentricity. This left time for her to introduce herself to Counselor Shran, an Enar Andorian woman related to the famous Andorian soldier, also connected to the same mission as the doc's relative, and a brand new ensign from Teller Prime, a Tellarite named Dresden Trog, a species known for being argumentative and insulting as a matter of pride and entertainment. Ensign Trog, the captain called out as she walked over to her two officers standing in sickbay, random medical staff going about their duties as they waited for the doctor. How are you enjoying your assignment outside the academy? It was better before you walked in, Trog responded to her with a scowl on his face. You are smaller and softer than a Mothran lover. I am not sure you are capable of your job. And we did our check to see if we would take that negatively or not, because they insult when they have nothing to complain about. At least I look better than a Targ's ass, she replied, doing it because we won. Better. Best to emulate the man's cultural norm. You're not going to have to wipe the smug look off your face to deal with me. The man doesn't change his expression, but he does reach his hand out in his customary handshake. She didn't quite succeed at winning the man over yet, or at least he wasn't showing it either way, but she wasn't going to take this as a loss either. She grabbed the man's hand and returned his gesture. Greetings, Captain, Shran interjected as she gracefully walked over to the two of them. Things are certainly going to be interesting with the two of you on the ship. Both her and Trog just laughed at her sarcastic remark as the woman reached out her own hand toward Naomi. Counselor Shran, the woman added, it's a pleasure to meet you. I look forward to working with you all, Naomi replied as she took her counselor's hand in kind. Been dreaming of this since I was a little girl. The Admiral has spoken very highly of you, Captain, a feminine voice added from behind her. I am done with Musitir. Let's get your exam out of the way first. I am sure you have plenty to do before the ceremony. Why is that in caps? No. Thank you. Wildman turned around to see the intoxicating smile of her Denoblian doctor staring at her as she gestured over to the exam area where she was just there with the Chief of Science. Before she could go over to the table, the Fleanoid woman interrupted the doctor by brushing up against them both as a normal house cat would. Captain, she purred, wanted to introduce myself before you got too busy with the doctor here. Excuse me, I have a simulation to finish before the festivities. Before she could respond, Musitir ran out of the sick bay with a purpose she has not seen before. She was going to be a handful for sure, but she will also make the journey more interesting. No use thinking about that now. Of course, Doc, Naomi finished as she headed to the area Phlox had indicated. She truly is a strange creature. So we're going to pause this here at 4 minutes. I have to take my dog out, and then we'll read the next scene, and then we'll continue on. All right. Where were we? We were right here. The bosun, scene 3, change of command. The bosun's whistle sounds and the crew present, and the present crew. I should have had that the other way around. Yeah. And participating crew snapped to attention along each side of the Dakota's massive, extensive shuttle base. The signal of the start of the change of command ceremony. We probably should have did this on the promenade, but it's too late now. Captain Wildman followed Admiral Janeway into the shuttle bay down the center of the two lines of crew, each rendering a salute on both sides as they passed. Commander Keaton, the Dakota's acting captain, waiting for them at the podium on a stage erected at the end of the massive lines of ships. Crew, stand tall, Naomi. Now Naomi, the Admiral, whispered to her as they approached the podium. They are going to lean on you now. Lean on you now. You are going to have to carry them home. The Admiral's words weighed heavily on her as she walked towards the podium. Was she truly ready for command? The Admiral seemed to think so. I got to be this rock, she whispered to herself, causing the Admiral to smile back at her. She took a deep breath as they climbed the podium, readying herself for full responsibility of her new position. Commander Keaton stepped forward and signaled another bosun's whistle, allowing the attendant crew to stand at ease for the bulk of the ceremony. He then turns to face Naomi. I, Commander Thomas Keaton, acting captain, relinquish command of the Dakota to you, Captain Naomi Wildman, stardate 79857.2, authorization Keaton, Gamma 65 Alpha, the man said as he motioned Naomi towards the podium. Acknowledged, the voice of the Dakota's computer sounded throughout the shuttle bay, awaiting authorization of new command. I accept, Naomi called out as she stepped up to the podium. Authorization, Wildman, Alpha 9 Epsilon. Acknowledged, the Dakota's computer called out. Change of command noted in the ship's records. The bosun's whistle sounds one more time as the crew comes back to attention and Commander Keaton heads off to prepare for the bridge handover. The crew come back to attention and salute Naomi. She returned their salute and took a deep breath. At ease, she began, I, Captain Naomi Wildman, take command of the USS Dakota and her crew. Not many people know this about me, but I grew up on the Federation starship among officers just like you. They were my teachers, my doctors, my family. The Admiral was smiling at her as she too took a place in the back of the gathering of the crew, giving a sense of support as she gave her speech. As a result, she continued taking a breath to gather her thoughts. I learned early on that a starship is much more than just a vessel to carry you through space. It is a home that nurtures and shelters you. Her crew, a family that guides and protects you. The Admiral giving her a slight nod of approval from the rear of the gathering, a sign that made her relax a bit. She knew she was on the right path. To that end, she faded. What? She added with a sense of confidence. On this 5-year mission into the shackling expanse, we will be in unknown space among unknown stars. The Dakota will be the home that nurtures and shelters us from the extreme nature of space. Us, her crew, will be the family that guides and protects us from the realities of the universe. It is an honor to be a captain, and I expect great things from each and every one of you. And her fucking command presence for the speech was a fucking resounding critical success. Naomi's speech resonated with the crew as their cheers could be heard throughout the shuttle bay. They enjoyed the idea of having a surrogate family in the harshnesses of space. However, the festivities of ceremony were cut short by the ship entering red alert. With that, duty calls, she finished. To your stations, everyone. Someone tell me what's going on. Alright. I apologize, got a drink, had a change of clothes. It was kind of warm in here. We don't need to roll to see what was going on. We started a mutinous crew member. We rolled that starting complication. So with that being said, we already asked what was going on at the end of the last scene. And when we do the video drama thing, you'll see why it's cut here, because there'll be a scene in between this one and this one in that video drama that I'm building up. You know, I digress. So Exio materializes. front of the captain. And tells her that power is being drained from the ship for some unknown reason. And just before... No, we're not going to go into the power being drained. It tells her that Bridge has lost control of the ship's systems, and they have been rerouted to somewhere else on the ship and encrypted. So the place can't easily be traced. Somebody has taken control of the ship. Essentially, somebody has taken control of the ship. We're the captain. We're gonna ask Axio if she can manually regain control of the ship. Should we roll to see that? Should that be a command presence roll? Should we 50-50? So let's look at Axio's sheet here. Axio, what are your capabilities here? What? That would probably be a control, because it's her mental abilities connected to the computer, and engineering, right? Control and command, maybe, because she's trying to take control of the ship. Yeah. Tries to take control of Dakota. No, I see. I see what I did. I see what I did. Control 10. We'll just put Axio. She is connected to the control of the computer. Command 5. We're gonna say this would be difficulty 4, but she's difficulty 4 because she's connected to the computer. That gives us a target of 15. 2 threat, 2 momentum. 2 threat, 2 momentum, but we're gonna spend that 2 momentum to get dice. To get dice, we got Axio's sheet up here. Does she have any focuses for this? Any kid? No. The crew comes first. The mission comes before. Good leader gets her hands dirty. There's nothing there she can invoke or anything. So, Axio tips to exert mental control over the Dakota's assistance using the direct connection to her graphic core. This could go horribly wrong, by the way. I don't know how it's going to be going horribly wrong, but right now we're trying to usurp control. I just dropped the dice. I don't know what I did with it. What did I do with it? I'm going to have to pick it up later. Let's grab another one. So right now, let's see if we can regain control of the ship using our special bridge officers stuff. That don't need to be there. Alright, so what are our numbers here? We got a success, a success, a success, and a success. Axio has done her duties. The one special thing that she has for being the bridge officer, the holographic bridge officer. Get our notes going here. Axio informs the captain that all command functions have successfully been rerouted to her persons. The captain is going to tell her to go to the bridge to be the command control to Captain orders Axio to the bridge to act as a command interface to the crew currently on duty there. And to keep an open link. At least one of our bridge officers got to like shine in their special ability there, huh? So we're gonna change this to fight for control, because when we write it out, it's not going to be as simple for her to just do it. Like, there's going to be a narrative to it. What did we just do? Yeah, fight for control. Captain is going to tell Trog to trace of the bypass. And we'll leave that there, so. This is the fucking quickest mutiny we've ever fucking finished, huh? Trace. Confronting mutineer. I don't know, I probably butchered that spelling, but we'll fix that at some point. Don't want that, don't want that, don't want that, don't want that. Captain orders truck and the chief to follow her to main engineering. Two of them to trace the source. The source of where power was rerouted to. They're gonna have to act as security because we're not there somehow. That's weird. That's weird. It's doing that, but chief. With the help of drug, trace the source of the command bypass. All right. Red alert changes to yellow. Just to show that Exio is doing stuff on the bridge. So this is gonna be assisted by Chief traces the source of the bypass. So let's get Chief up here. Reason is a 9. 5. Security. Engineering. clicking in the wrong spot. So this would be reason. Actually, insight would be better, right? Because it's discerning. No, reason, I had it right. Engineering. Gonna say, we'll say difficulty 3. So the target is 14. I'm gonna be assisted by Trog. No, that's the doctor. There's Trog stuff. Trogs is an 8 and a 4. So that makes his target 12. Alright, we have 2 threat, no momentum, and this will be the end of Act 2, right? So that was, yes, that'll be the end of it. So I am gonna grab some more threat to grab an extra dice because I really want to get this mutiny settled and move on to bigger and better things. Because this is Star Trek, we're not supposed to be dealing with mutinous crew members, but the dice are the dice. It is what it is, you know what I mean? Alright. So, we'll say the yellow one, before I look at him, is Trog. So let's get that one out of the way. Trog rolled a 13. So, Trog does not help if the task is successful. We're going to have to do it all on our own. We got an 8. We got a 12. And we got an 18. We got a failure. We're gonna say succeed at cost. I hate having to do that every time. Notes. They were successful enough to trace the source to somewhere near the battle bridge. but we're gonna spend 4 threat. To introduce our encounter. For power drain. That's what we're gonna do. The ship suddenly loses power for a moment before emergency power kicks in. Captain orders the pair of them to stay there and figure out what is causing the power drain, and she uses her communications to become a badge to tell counselor to meet her outside of battle bridge. Her abilities are gonna be helpful, hopefully, in tracking down our mutinous crew member, which I'm not even sure who that is yet. I had an idea of who I wanted. I thought it was gonna be Keaton, but like, that seemed too obvious to me. So we're gonna leave it with this. Yeah, we're going to leave it at that. But as always, I'm Doc Camo. We're just gaming. Another Captain's Log. We'll see you when we continue and we keep boldly going. I'm loving these. I'm going to keep going. I'm a big Trek nerd. I love having my own Trek going. I feel like I'm like doing my own series, my own ship. Now we're going to keep this crew going with different stories. But I'll see you in the next one. Peace.